Cassie is currently taking the stand in the Diddy trial, and her testimony has been deeply emotional. I'm an attorney and I read what happened, so you don't have to. Before I delve into this, I just want to put out another quick statement that I will not be delving into the explicit details of her testimony, as this video will likely get taken down. But also a warning that her testimony does involve DV, so if that is a sensitive subject, please keep scrolling. Let's get into it. Cassie told jurors today that during her 10-year relationship with Diddy, violence was a regular occurrence. According to her, arguments often turned physical. She described being dragged, kicked, and even having her head slammed. When asked how often this happened, she responded frequently. She spoke of black eyes, bruises, and visible knots on her forehead, all as a result of the DV she endured. The courtroom fell silent as she identified a still image from the hotel surveillance, the same video that surfaced last year. She confirmed that it showed one of these violent incidents that she is referencing. Then came testimony for what she called as freakoffs, which is a term for encounters with paid individuals or third parties. Cassie testified that at first Diddy arranged them, but then he put that responsibility on her and had her arrange them. She described being just 22, confused, nervous, and deeply in love.
Everybody hit the like button. We are back. This is part 2 of the Diddy trial coverage. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at, and drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Spam the chat with popcorn emojis. I got Cassie is back on stage, and I'm gonna give y'all a second to come on in, and we're gonna get back to what we were doing in part 1. And if you have not watched part 1, make sure to go to my celebrity playlist, and it'll be right up under this one. That is part 1. Let's get it.
Wanting to please Diddy, even when she didn't understand or want what was going on. She testified that she eventually felt like she had no choice. Cassie testified that she feared both blackmail and violence from Diddy if she said she no longer wanted to participate. She described Diddy as both polarizing and charming, someone who could manipulate the moment to make her question her own needs and her own safety. Cassie's testimony is just getting started, so we'll see how the rest unfolds, and let me know if you have any comments or questions down below.
Cassie.
Okay. All right. So here we go. We have some more information from the Diddy docket. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. When y'all hit the like button, this sends it out to more people. And then we end up having thousands of people in here instead of hundreds. So make sure to hit the like button right now as you come on in. Hit the like button. All right. So let's start right here. Inner City Press, shout out to him. Okay, and for those who don't know, I've been talking about literally what the testimony has been in the actual courtroom. So Cassie is in the courtroom right now, and this is Cassie Ventura talking to the prosecution or the defense. All right, here we go. Do you know his name? And sometimes these tweets, we don't be knowing what the hell they're talking about until we can get more context as we read them. So be patient with me, because hold on, let me start from here. Let me start from here. Okay. It's been a lot of tweets, so we good. Okay. Okay, we're gonna start right here from the last one. All right. So I said this from the last one, but I'm gonna use this to start this one. Okay. Prosecution says, how many songs did you do with Sean? Hundreds of songs, right? Most were never released. So she signed to a 10-album deal, did hundreds of songs. She only came out with one album, and 9 albums were actually done, or according to her, and they never got released. All right. So then it goes to here, which is absolutely crazy. Everybody hit the like button as y'all come on in. The Freakoffs became a job. And this was the craziest part. The Freakoffs became a job. There was no time to do anything else but do the Freakoffs, then try to recover. I want y'all to think about that. That is worse than a 9-to-5 job. And why were the freak-offs so overwhelming? It gets worse. How much time in your week would freak-offs take? And Cassie Ventura says the longest was 4 days. So very significant amounts of time. 4 days. Can you imagine for 4 days? 4 days it is? No, 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 no. Male or female? No. So most likely she was just getting pounded by different dudes for 4 days long. Because one guy, you know, I can only assume it was multiple guys just pounding her 4 days straight. Like, my question would be, do they not sleep? And in my opinion, they're so drugged up and so wired where they don't sleep, or either, I don't know, she falls asleep and they still are doing whatever while she sleep. I don't know. I don't know how you can have, you know, relations with any human for 4 days straight. So I don't understand how that works, but it is crazy. What's up, Leticia? Everybody hit the like button. 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 Drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat. So that's where we're starting. 4 day long freak-offs is crazy. I don't want to do it for more than 45 minutes. If we have a 45-minute session, I'm ready to go sleep. 4 days? Are you crazy? All right, here we go. This is literal testimony from Cassie Ventura being on the stand. All right. Dallas Austin is a lifelong friend and sometimes lover of Kim Porter. You've probably watched a movie they inspired called Drumline. All right. So they show a picture of Cassie. No, they show a picture of Kim Porter, Diddy, and Dallas Austin. And we've talked ad nauseum how they all were having sex with each other. So that's not even a crazy scenario. All right, here we go. Inner City Press says at 1:16 p.m. they are back. Judge welcomes back. Here comes the attorneys. Who was your manager at Bad Boy Records? They're asking this from Cassie. Cassie Ventura, James Cruz. Let me know if anybody knows who James Cruz is. James Cruz. Who was the manager at Bad Boy Records? James Cruz. What did he tell you? Cassie Ventura. That was that he was managing me with one hand tied behind his back. He had to check everything with Sean. So Sean still had control over everything. Facebook, make sure to hit the like button. YouTube, make sure to hit the like button. Thank you for Willetta, Janice, Rudy for hitting the like button. Make sure y'all hit the like button, Facebook and YouTube. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Thank y'all for being here. All right. So now, prosecution. How often were you in contact with Sean's staff? Ventura, daily. Who are in these photos? There's some photo that they're showing. Cassie Ventura, Christina Coram, and Mrs. Fletcher. Now, Christina Coram is Diddy's evil, I'm just going to say his evil nemesis, not nemesis, evil sidekick. Every time you see Diddy, you see this Christina Coram person. And let me give you an understanding of how deadly and devious and terrible this Christina Coram woman is. I'm gonna play this real quick and we'll come back.
Pages of the newest Diddy lawsuit, and by far this is the most disturbing thing I've ever read. This is the point where
Now this happened a long time ago, but this is going to show you how Christina Coram is literally his left arm. Let's watch this.
Usually tell you to grab a cocktail, but
What's up,
this
Brown
time
Sugar?
I'm asking you to grab some tissue and definitely your earphones. Ashley Parham is the newest plaintiff to file suit against Diddy, but she also is suing.
This is old, but I'm playing this to get you an understanding of how integral Christina Quorum is to this case.
A few others. She's also suing Christina Quorum. Here she is. Shane Pierce and 3 John Does and 1 Jane Doe. And for those who don't know, John Doe and Jane Doe is a fictitious name that is used when the person's real name is unknown or being concealed. What we do know about these people is that Christina is an employee of Diddy. She's also known as his right-hand woman. And Shane, unfortunately, is someone that Ashley considered to be a friend. Back in February of 2018, Shane and Ashley met. He actually came to her rescue as she was getting into an altercation with another man at a bar. After the whole ordeal, a bunch of people are standing outside the bar talking, and then Shane decides to FaceTime Diddy, kind of showing everyone, look who my friend is, I'm important. Ashley kind of makes a face and is completely unimpressed and makes a statement on how she believes that Diddy has something to do with Tupac's death. Diddy, who's still on FaceTime, overheard the comment that Ashley made and told her she would pay for saying that. So after this whole ordeal at the bar, Shane and Ashley become friends and they keep in touch. March 2018 rolls around and Shane calls Ashley and asks her to come over to help him take his cancer medication. He said he was too weak to open the bottles. Little did Ashley know this is actually a setup and potentially about to be one of the worst days of her life. After she arrives, they make small talk. He tells her how he just got this new car and he wants to give her a spin. Now we know hindsight is 2020, but this is a sign. How you too weak to open medicine, but you well enough to drive? Nonetheless, they head for a little spin in his car and head back onto the house. Once back inside his apartment, she notices.
Thank you, Brown Sugar. Shout out to Brown Sugar. Thank you for $2 super chat. She says, please hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button, and enjoy the live and share the live. Thank you.
That he leaves the door slightly open, so she mentions it to him, and he says, oh, the door's been tripping. I told maintenance about it. They should be fixing it soon. About 10 minutes later, guess who comes right on in? You guessed
Diddy.
it. Diddy. Oh, but he doesn't come alone. He's there with Christina and also his bodyguard.
Christina Quorum and his bodyguard. Listen to this.
The bodyguard is named as John Doe number 1. Also, Jane Doe is there, another woman who she does not know, but she describes her to be in her 30s with blonde hair. And John Doe number 2 and 3 are there, who's supposedly a friend of Diddy and Shane's and also Diddy's driver. According to the lawsuit, John Doe number 3, the driver never came inside. He stayed in the car. Ashley states that Diddy immediately started to antagonize her about the comments she made about Tupac. He started walking towards her with the knife, held it up to the right side of her face, and said that he should give her a Glasgow smile. If you don't know what that is, it usually is when the victim gets a cut on each side of their mouth. It wouldn't be a good idea. They could just sell her to one of.
So this is the reason why I'm playing this. Christina Quorum says this right here.
Then Christina urged Diddy to stop suggesting that it.
Christina urged Diddy to do what? This is very important. This is how integral Christina Quorum is to this whole case.
What that is, it usually is when the victim gets a cut on each side of their mouth all the way to their ears. Then Christina urged Diddy to stop suggesting that it wouldn't be a good idea. They could just sell her to one of their clients. Then Christina went on to threaten Ashley and said she would ship her off to anywhere in the world and she would never see her family again. Diddy and Shane then proceeded to strip Ashley of all her clothing. They pulled a bottle out of a bag and started pouring that liquid all over her. She was in fear at first, thinking it.
So just keep in mind, Christina Quorum is his advisor, his everything. So she is literally the person that said, hey, don't do anything, cut her up or do anything crazy because we can sell her to somebody else. Keep that in mind. She's the one who said that. So she is a part of some type of, he's on trial for trafficking. So I don't even know why she isn't in jail because she's an integral part of the sales part. She's like the sales department of this whole Diddy situation.
It was some kind of chemical, but then she soon realized that it was baby oil. Then Diddy instructed Christina to insert what looked.
Christina Quorum. So they standing here trying to figure out, like, all right, so what we gonna do? All right, stick this in her. Him and Christina Quorum.
Like a syringe up Ashley's vag. Then something went wrong. Whatever was a part of their plan with this syringe, Christina wasn't doing it right, so Diddy started inserting.
Christina wasn't doing it right. Christina. So I'm showing you how integral Christina Quorum is to this whole case. She is in the middle of everything, but her ass ain't in jail for some reason.
Himself. Christina and Jane Doe decide to leave, and so now Ashley is alone with Diddy, Shane, John Doe number 1 and 2. Next.
All right, so now we can go back to the case. I just wanted to give you a good understanding of Christina Coram. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. All right, so where were we? How often are you in contact with Sean's staff? Cassie says daily. Who are in these photos? Christina Coram and Mrs. Fletcher. I don't know who Mrs. Fletcher is yet. What did you call Mrs. Coram? KK. Christina Coram is known as KK. All right. Who and who's this? Another picture is shown. D-Rock, he was Sean's security. So most likely in this story, the person that came in the room or sat out in the car, was D-Rock. So let's keep going. All right. So I don't know why Christina Coram is not a witness or what. I don't know. Okay. How frequently were you in Sean's residences? All the time, Cassie says. Did they all have safes? Oh, safes? Safes? Okay. Did they all have safes? Ventura says yes. What did you observe inside of the safes? Ventura says cash, jewelry, cameras, and videotapes and guns. In New York, LA, and Miami, and Alpine, New Jersey. All right. Prosecution says, do you recall an incident between Sean and Suge Knight? Ventura says, yes. We were having a freak off. Wait, what's up, Gemini Queen? Wait, they was having a freak off with Suge Knight too? I'm sorry, Suge Knight just like he ain't doing nothing crazy. Suge Knight trying to get some ass too. Okay. Do you recall an incident between Sean and Suge Knight? Ventura says yes. We were having a freak off in LA. D-Rock came in and said Suge was down at the diner. Oh, okay. So he wasn't in there. Okay. Sean drove over there. What was your reaction? She said, well, Cassie said, I cried. Why did she cry? I cried, said, don't do something stupid. So in this particular situation, as they are having all these weirdo freak offs and everybody's getting peed on and all this other stuff, it really shows that Cassie still loved and cared for Diddy. So there's two sides of this that we have to pay attention to. The first side is Cassie was abused, afraid, and all these different things. But there's another side where Cassie actually loved Diddy. And that's crazy. Can you be afraid of somebody and still love the person? As women, I guess y'all can. I can't, but hey, it is what it is. So she cried during the freak off. He left the freak off. I need y'all to understand this. Do you recall an incident between him and Suge Knight? Yes, we were having a freak off in LA. So they were having a freak off and he left the freak off and she's like, no, don't go. That's crazy. So objectively speaking, at some point, she enjoyed the freak offs. She just admitted it. Because if you and a person or you and an abuser are doing something and the abuser stops doing it to deal with something else that actually may get him killed, why are you saying no, don't go? Because I want y'all to think about something. Suge Knight was a big bad wolf back then. If you were afraid of Diddy and Diddy was your big bad wolf, wouldn't you want something to happen to Diddy? Let me know if y'all am I wrong? Am I all out of line for saying that? Like, why would you cry to see your abuser go get into a scuffle with a bigger person? Wouldn't you want him to, get murked so you can be free? That is something that I just don't understand. Why? If I'm over here going through presently in a freak off and she's like not happy and, I don't know, enduring all this stuff, and then the person doing all this stuff is like, hey, I'm going to go fight somebody. And you say, don't go. Can y'all make sense of that? Because I can't. Like, yeah, go. So, and hopefully you won't come back. Isn't that common sense? I don't know. All right, let's just keep going. I don't know. All right, let's keep going. Inner City Press says, prosecution says, were you ever handed a gun? Ventura says, yes. We were going to a club in downtown LA. We'd taken mushrooms. I was high. I was told to put the gun in my bag. I was freaking out. Who was present? Ventura says a driver, security, and Diddy. Ventura says another time I saw them get dressed and grab guns and leave in the SUV. Prosecution says, how long were they gone? Ventura says 30 to 40 minutes. Prosecution says, let me switch topics. Okay, let me switch topics. How soon into the relationship did Sean mention voyeurism to you? Ventura says the first 6 months or a year. And it sounds like they were together when she was 19. So maybe this is adding up right here, because it looks like the freak-offs did not start until she was 20 or 21. Hence her saying on my 21st birthday, Diddy kissed her for the first time. Because that was the part I didn't understand. Because if y'all together at 19, y'all didn't kiss. So I didn't really understand that. But okay, it is what it is. All right, let's keep going. Prosecution, how old were you? Here we go. Ventura, 22. Why did you agree to try a freak off? Now we're seeing that she got into her first freak off at the age of 22. Cassie stayed with this man 10 years. Cassie was in agreement. Absolutely not. There's a side of this is showing that Cassie was scared of him, but there's a side of this that shows that she just wanted to please him no matter what it was. And I have talked to plenty of women who have been in abusive relationships. They feel like, okay, let me explain something. To a woman that has dealt with abuse before, they begin to normalize the abuse in their minds and start saying to themselves, well, if I leave him, this is what guys do. So if I leave him, the next guy is going to do the same thing. So I might as well stay here. All right. And they start justifying their actions, even though their actions are stupid. So, it doesn't necessarily mean it's an agreement. Like, nobody wants to get their ass beat. They just accept getting their ass beat because they don't value themselves, or they're used to getting their ass beat in other environments, like by their parents, siblings, or stuff like that. So it is what it is. All right. How old were you? 22. Why did you agree to do a freak off? Good question. I wanted to make him happy. See, the people pleasing can literally take over your whole life. Where was the first freak off? One of his homes in Los Angeles. 2A-627. Who is this? Oh, Ventura says the first escort. So apparently the escorts had numbers. 2A-627. I guess. I don't know. Everybody hit the like button. 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 And thank y'all for being here. Prosecution, do you know his name? The number person. Ventura, no. Prosecution, I'll call him the first escort. Were you aware he was paid? He's an escort. Duh, that's a stupid ass question. They asking some stupid questions. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, do y'all think the questions that they're asking are stupid or good questions? Let me know what y'all think in the chat. I'll call him the first escort. Were you aware he was paid? Yes, to dance and to have intercourse with me. Pause. What drugs did you take? Ventura says ecstasy and alcohol before things started. Next is prosecution. How did you feel? Ventura says, I was high, so I didn't feel much, dirty and confused, and that he was happy with me. So he was happy with what he was watching. Hold on. Okay. So prosecution, why did you feel you couldn't say no? Cassie says, I didn't want to make him angry or upset after he shared his part of himself with me. All right. Prosecution, how frequent did the freakoffs become? Ventura, weekly for a consistent amount of years. Years of weekly 4-day long freakoffs. That is crazy. Years of 4-day long freakoffs every goddamn week. It's like working at a hospital. You 4 days on and 4 days off, 4 days on, 4 days off. She was 4 days on and 4 days off of dicks. This shit is crazy. How frequently did they become weekly for a consistent amount of years? Every week for years? God damn. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. When was your last one? Ventura, 2017, 2018. Prosecution, how long were you awake during the freakoffs? This is the answer to what I was asking earlier, y'all. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button and drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at to the new people, and drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Here is the thing that I wanted to know earlier. How frequently did the freakoffs become every week consistently for a certain amount of years? When was the last one? 2017, 2018. How long were you awake during the freakoffs? I never slept. She said she took drugs, ecstasy, Molly, and cocaine. That was what I was wondering. Because I said, how can you have a 4-day long freak off? Did you go to sleep? And right here, she said she did not sleep. So she said with her own words, some of the freak offs were 4 days long. So she didn't sleep for 4 goddamn days, just getting pounded out for 4 days straight without going to sleep. God damn. Hit a like button. Everybody hit a like button. Everybody hit a like button. Letitia says we need the likes up. Hit the like button. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. This is absolutely nuts. Okay. Prosecution. Do you call all of the freak offs? Ventura says that would be impossible. Prosecution. Did you want to stop? Ventura. Yes, I was humiliated. I don't have these. Okay. I was humiliated and I didn't have these words then. I couldn't talk to anyone about it. And she sobs. She starts crying. Did you tell him that you didn't want to? Ventura. Yes. Sheesh. Golly, man. And I got a video where, like, in court, they talked about how the sex workers didn't even wear condoms. How wonder they need it. No wonder they need IV solutions. Yeah, this is nuts, y'all. This is absolutely nuts. Pun intended. Shit. Okay. That would be impossible to be able to count how many freak-offs they had. Did you want them to stop? Yes. I was humiliated. And the reason why I'm assuming she said she was humiliated because people's peeing in their mouth. I mean, peeing in her mouth and taking dumps on her. Well, let's just say pee. I don't know about the taking dumps. It was the pee. And mind you, Cassie is pregnant. Okay. Ventura, I brought it up gently, and brought it up meaning I brought up that I didn't want to do these freak-offs no more. She brought it up gently. I didn't want him to do it with somebody else. Here's another issue. She didn't want to do the freak-offs, but she had in the back of her mind, if she said no and stood on business, he would start doing the freak-offs with another girl. You see how women can literally put themselves in a trick bag simply because they don't want him to pick another girl to do this thing that she don't want to do with him. So I don't want to do this, but I don't want another person to come in and take my place. So I keep doing it. That's what's happening. So there's a lot of variables to women who are abused because they like, yo, I don't want to not be with you. I just don't want to be abused anymore. I just don't want to do these things anymore. But if he likes doing them, if I say something, he's going to get rid of me and somebody else is going to take over. And that jealousy or that need to be special can really cause problems. This is terrible. All right. I brought up gently. I didn't want him to do it with someone else. Were you able to express your concerns with him? Defense jumps up and says, objection, leading the witness. Judge says, rephrase that question. Why would you talk to him gently is the question. Ventura says, I didn't want him to be angry. All right. Prosecution, what is this? Holds up a picture or a piece of paper. An email between me and Sean. What did you call him? She calls him Pop Pop. Pop Pop is crazy. Because Pop Pop can be looked at in a number of different ways. That's crazy. Prosecution, what did you write? Centura says, I really need to fuck. See, this is the thing that I be getting confused about. Is she having fun in these freak-offs? Or is she ready to get up out of there? She literally said in an email, I really need to fuck. And then the prosecution says, why did you write that? Ventura says, because I wanted to be with him. Let's stop right there for a second, y'all. Why would you email another person saying I really need to fuck? And then turn around and say, I wanted to please him. That don't sound right. What do y'all think about that? She's sitting here saying, oh, the freak-offs are too much and I don't want to do it no more. And I tried to go to him and say stop, but I didn't want him to get mad and, beat me up, right? But then she says, or information comes out that she was texting him or emailing him, hey, Diddy, I really need to fuck. Because she wanted to be with him? No, because she wanted to fuck. Because why don't you see? Okay, let me say this. Pleasing him means rammed and sad. So I want y'all to think about this, because this is important to point out. Needing to please him is come get it, right? Or whenever he wants, or at his behest, right? Hey, I want some ass. And she's like, okay, go ahead. Wanting to please him is not, hey, I want to fuck. Hey, I want to fuck. That's not the same thing. I wanted to please. No, you wanted to fuck. Because when a woman wants to have sex, that means she wants to have sex. But wanting to please him is, hey, I want to have sex. And she's like, go for it. These are two different things. So when you texting a man talking about I want to smash, it means because you want to smash. So, like I said, I'm on Cassie's side, but that sounds a little weird. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Put a 2 in the chat if you disagree with me. Not saying Cassie Ventura wanted it, but I'm saying at some point Cassie Ventura is saying on stage that she wanted it. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with me that she is alluding to the fact that she wanted it. She's texting him and emailing him when he's not around. Hey, come over here. I want to fuck. So you can't turn around and be up there crying, talking about, I don't want to do this no more. But you texting him talking about, I do want to do this again. And then the justification is, I'm trying to please him. There's a huge difference to I want to fuck versus him saying I want to fuck and you say okay. The okay is people pleasing, yes. But I have never had a woman come to me saying I want to fuck. And she's saying it specifically because she wanted to make me happy. No, I'll come over there when I want to, or, bend you over when I want to. I'm trying to look at this whole thing. Hold on. Woman rarely says, I want to fuck. They say other words. It's weird. And Juliet's thoughts, I agree with you. Women don't say, women don't say that. So I'm on Cassie's side, but somebody has to explain this to me. Why is she texting him, I want to fuck, when you trying to get out of there? I don't understand. Brown Sugar said, I think she wanted drugs. Wouldn't that be, I want to smoke? I want to pop some pills? Bring some whatever over here? Wouldn't that mean when she's saying, hey, I'm fiending? Y'all got to explain this to me. What does that mean? Y'all are women. Y'all don't run around saying I want to fuck unless you want to fuck. No, we're not doing that. Her brain wasn't fully developed yet. No, we're not doing that. And the reason why we're not doing that, her brain was developed because according to what we're reading here, she did not start the Freakoffs until age 22. So she wasn't 19, according to everything I don't know. So according to what we're going through and what we're reading over, she was not 19, she was 22 or 21. So her brain was fully developed. I'm not saying Cassie was not a victim. All I'm saying is Cassie is texting a man talking about I want to fuck. And that can hurt her case in the victimhood region because it doesn't look like it's saying both. Because earlier she was like, I don't want to do this anymore, but I don't know how to tell him. But you sure know how to tell him that you want to do this more versus I don't want to do this anymore. So why is it that you can say this, but you can't say this? And understanding, I mean, and I understand she probably would have got punched in the face or something like that, right? But why are you texting this man? I want to fuck. I don't understand. Can y'all explain this to me, ladies? Talk about mixed messages. God damn. Women won't say that, but females would. I've had females tell me that. I'm not saying women don't say it, y'all. I'm saying when women say it, they mean it. So let me elaborate. I'm not saying women don't text or call us and say, I want to fuck. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying women don't say and text this when they don't want to fuck. It was not being a people pleaser. Being a people pleaser is simply saying, okay, because he wants to fuck. People pleasers don't call somebody in another house or on the other side of town talking about, come over here, I want to fuck. Nobody does that. You go your ass to bed and you're happy that you're not fucking. What are you talking about? That is not being a people pleaser. So women do say, I want to smash. But they don't say, I want to smash when they don't want to smash, is what I'm saying. She ain't even said nothing. I mean, he ain't even said nothing. She hitting him up or she texting him. I want some dick. And now you on saying, talking about, I didn't want any dick. I'm on Cassie's side. I'm just speaking objectively. I'm going by what I see and I'm making a judgment off of what I see. I don't want y'all being like, are you saying she asked for it? Well, she did. Joey said women are confusing. Hella confusing. So, am I wrong as a man by saying, well, she asked for it when she asked for it? We're going to move on. But I need you to understand that this is confusing to men. Ladies, because I don't want to be insensitive. We're going to move on. But am I wrong? Am I wrong for saying she asked for it when she asked for it? We can move on. I just want to understand asking for it and not wanting it. Accepting it, not wanting it, that's one thing. But asking for it and not wanting it, who does that? We'll move on. We'll move on. But this is crazy. All right, let's get to this video. And I'm going to come back to the tweets.
And she's currently giving her testimony. And while she's doing that, let's talk about the first witness. The first witness for today has just finished. Daniel Phillip, who is a male worker, testified yesterday, and you can click on the comment if you haven't already seen that. They obviously picked up where they left off, which was cross-examination and then redirect. Yes.
Hey, just so y'all know, the people in the comments, stop saying the word fuck. Okay? You can't say the word fuck. You can't say the word horny in the chat. Please stop saying it. You can say whatever you want to say it, but you can't say that. Okay? Say something else. But YouTube is removing your comments. So I'm letting y'all know now, YouTube is removing a whole bunch of Kitty, Caddy, they just removed your comment. Juliet Staltz, they just removed your comment. Stop saying bad words in the chat. The real Hube, They remove your comment because y'all gonna be like, why are you erasing my comments? I'm not erasing your comments. Y'all keep saying crazy shit, and YouTube is erasing your comments. So everybody watching, I have not erased a single comment. My moderators have not erased a single comment. YouTube is erasing your comment. So stop saying bad words in the chat. You can say whatever you want to say in the chat. I'm not removing your comments. YouTube is doing it. So stop saying fuck and all this other stuff in the comments, and it won't do that. All right. Because I don't want y'all to feel like, man, why they keep erasing my comments? I'm not doing it. And my mods are not doing it. Okay. What's going on, Marcellus? Yeah, YouTube don't do foul language. Because I want y'all to chat. I want y'all to keep chatting because, like I said, I'm asking for understanding. So I don't want y'all to get mad at me and y'all if y'all think your comment that I asked for is being deleted. I want y'all to comment, but you can't say bad words. All right. That's what I'm saying. But Juliet, you the one sitting there saying stuff. That's what I'm saying. My channel can get blocked if y'all keep saying crazy words. Like, come on, y'all. 40% victim, 30% S-girl, 50% drug addict, 15% money driven. Oh my God. I never heard of a 40% victim. That is crazy. A 40% victim is nuts. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. We got to take a second and get everybody to hit the like button. Can y'all please hit the like button? Please and thank you. Hit the like button. We got about 250 people in here, and we need those people to hit the like button because this is what happens when y'all hit the like button. The second y'all hit the like button, all of y'all hit the like button, we'll get to 600 people within seconds. So let's give it a try. Everybody hit the like button all at the same time. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. Hit the like button. If all of y'all hit the like button all at the same time, we'll blow up to 500 people instead of 300 people. Hit a like button, y'all. Come on, come on, come on. Please and thank you. You know what? Let me do the Cassie. I'm going to text y'all, hit the like button. Like she texted him. She would have fucked. Hit a like button. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. I got your back, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right.
Today, when Daniel Phillip testified, he said that it would be anywhere from an hour to 10 hours whenever they would have these encounters. We left off where he was talking about the one time
Thank you, Tanisha. I appreciate you.
he was at Cassie's home and he saw Diddy grab Cassie by the face, drag her into the room, and then he heard what he thought was Diddy slapping her. He said he later asked Cassie why she was still with Diddy, and she said, "It's okay, I'm okay," although she was visibly shaken. He also recalled another incident at a Manhattan hotel where there was violence, and he said that Cassie was shaken and she was terrified. He says the two of them ended up having organically, but because he was disturbed emotionally, he was having dysfunction. He said Diddy had come out of the room and asked them if they were ready to continue. But during cross, the defense pointed out that Daniel Phillip had told police something different in 2023. Apparently.
So stop right there. When Daniel Phillips was on the stand, they said, how much money did he pay you? And he said between $700 and $6,000 when I was able to perform. And he said it was times that you couldn't perform. He said yes, because sometimes things were too overwhelming and he would not be able to perform. And if he couldn't perform, you know, he couldn't get it up, he would get sent home or sent in another room until he can get it together. So let's back it up a little bit because this is very important.
We left off where he was talking about the one time he was at Cassie's home and he saw Diddy grab Cassie by the face, drag her into the room, and then he heard what he thought was Diddy slapping her. He said he later asked Cassie why she was still with Diddy, and she said, "It's okay, I'm okay," although she was visibly shaken. He also recalled another incident at a Manhattan hotel where there was violence, and he said that Cassie was shaken and she was terrified. He says the two of them ended up having organically, but because he was disturbed emotionally, he couldn't
get an erection right here.
He was having dysfunction. He said Diddy had come out of the room and asked them if they were ready to continue. But during cross, the defense pointed out that Daniel Phillip had told police something different in 2023. Apparently in 2023, Daniel's testimony then was Diddy came out and said, yo man, I need to deal with this. You need to get the F out. But Daniel said he doesn't remember saying that. The defense did press hard during cross and they tried to show that Cassie was a willing participant. They emphasized that she paid for hotel rooms and she would often initiate contact with Phillip. They asked him if she was in complete control of what she was doing, to which he responded, I cannot say that. They then showed a text message from Daniel Phillip to Cassie, and this was after the assault, where he said, don't give a F if I'm a little tipsy. I love y'all. But Daniel said he sent that text message because he was trying to prove that everything was okay and to keep it going. Diddy's attorneys tried to say that Daniel thought he was in a relationship with Cassie, that he was jealous of Diddy's relationship with her.
Wait, what? He was having sex with a girl so much he thought he was in a relationship with her. Wait, what the hell? And I just want to tell y'all, do y'all see that the numbers are getting higher? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can see that the numbers are going higher. Y'all are doing this. Y'all are hitting the like button. And I told you the second y'all hit the like button, the numbers are going to spike. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all are aware that the numbers are spiking because people are hitting the like button. Can y'all see that? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can see that. So what I'm saying to y'all is make sure to hit the like button because y'all are the ones that are making the numbers spike. So keep hitting the like button, y'all. Keep hitting the like button. Keep hitting the like button because the numbers are spiking. And I want to say thank you to y'all. So the numbers are spiking because of you, not because of me, because of y'all. YouTube is sending the video out to more people because y'all are hitting the like button. So thank you. I appreciate that. I got to get my channel out of this mud.
Of y'all. But Daniel said he sent that text message because he was trying to prove that everything was okay and to keep it going. Diddy's attorneys tried to say that Daniel thought he was in a relationship with Cassie, that he was jealous of Diddy's relationship with her. He denied that he ever thought he was in a relationship with Cassie, but said that he would have gone on a date with her if given the chance. Also clarified that Diddy did give directions when they were doing their acts. That Diddy.
Okay, I gotta ask this. I'm being paid money to have sex with this guy's girl. Why would I want to take her out on a date and I'm already fucking her? Am I wrong? Am I just being a guy right here? If I'm getting paid $5,000 to have sex with this guy's girl, right? I'm getting paid money to have sex with this guy's girl. Why the hell would I want to take her out on a date? I'm getting paid to have sex with her. I'm getting paid to have sex with this pretty woman. Why would I then turn around and pay to have sex with this pretty? Am I just being a guy? I'm getting paid $5,000 to bang this pretty woman. Why the hell would I want to then take her on a date? Why? I've never been paid to have sex with somebody's girl, so I don't know. Like you start wanting to take her out on a date? What the hell? Why? I don't want to take you on a damn date. We take women on dates, one, because we like them, but we mainly take women on date to have sex with them. But I don't know. That's crazy. He was catching the feelings, so her blank some empathy and some sexually, I guess. He's getting all the ass he wants, and he's getting $5,000 every time he pops her, but he still wants to go take.
See that he was jealous of Diddy's relationship with her. He denied that he ever thought he was in a relationship with Cassie, but said that he would have gone on a date with her if given the chance. So
I don't mean to keep stopping it, but I got to say this. Any of you guys, if you have a Cassie type of girlfriend, or if your girl looks as good as Cassie and you want to pay me to smash her, I promise you, I'm not going to want to take her out on a date. I promise you, I'm not going to fall in love with her. So you can like send me a DM if you want to pay me to sleep with your girl, as long as she's attractive, I promise you, I'm never going to want to take her out on a date. I'm never going to want to be with her. I'm not going to take her from you. I'm going to enjoy the scenario that y'all have awarded me. So send me a DM if you want to pay me some money to have sex with your girl. I'm down with it. I'm never going to try to take her from you. I promise you. So send me the DM and I'll show you that we're good. So yes, let's go. But you can't be in a room. Pay me to have sex with your girl and I'll go home and not want to take her out. All right. I'm good. Just give me the money, the munyon, and the bunions. I'm good. This nigga want to damn romance the damn girl. Why? What are you doing? She's on drugs, all this crazy shit. Why do you want that headache? What kind of shit is that? Pay me the munyon and I'll enjoy your girl's bunions and I will take my ass home. No more issues. I promise you. 7 said, my first time live and just fell through. And then I'm just saying, hey, make sure you subscribe, 7. So shout out to you. I love your name, 7. I like that name. So everybody subscribe to my channel if you have not already. To the new people watching, subscribe to my channel. My name is Mr. Let Go. I go live all the time to talk about these different things. I actually coach women. So, so if you're a woman, if you would like for me to, do a one-on-one with me, coach wise, not Diddy wise, hit me up. But yeah. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell because I did 2 live today. I may do 3. So if you want to be notified on my next live, make sure to hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. All right, we be over here having a ball over here. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat.
See that he was jealous of Diddy's relationship with her. He denied that he ever thought he was in a relationship with Cassie, but said that he would have gone on a date with her if given the chance. Also clarified that Diddy did give directions when they were doing their acts.
And for anybody that is new to this channel, I have card games that are helpful to you within your relationships, your dating world, or with your own family members. So hit the blue link that is in the chat right now. To the new people, there's a blue link you see in the chat or a link that is pinned at the top of the chat. Hit that link and check out my card games. They are so freaking dope. And they both are on sale right now. So to the new people watching, buy my card games. You'll absolutely love them. The majority of the people that are in the chat with you and watching have already bought them and they love them. Anybody in the chat that bought my card games, drop your opinion about my card games in the chat. Say you liked it, say you loved it, say whatever if you bought the card games already. Let the new people know how awesome they are.
He would tell them what positions to use to put more baby oil on, which was different than other clients because he was used to being more in control. Once cross was over, they redirected back to the prosecutors who tried to emphasize that Philip was emotionally distressed by the abuse. And he reiterated that he only received payment if he physically performed, but if he couldn't, he would receive nothing. Now, that was everything with Daniel, and I will be back later with Cassie's testimony.
Okay, so what was agreed to was that Alex, I'm sorry, I got his name wrong. I said Andrew. Alex Fine.
Wow, Tommy, they're just decent, just decent. Wow, really? But thank you for buying the card games. I appreciate that.
Is allowed to be in the courtroom while she testifies. However, he needs to step out when they talk about a 2018 incident or things that happened post 20.
Hold on. I was talking during this. This is important information. And back it up just a little bit. We're going to go back to the tweets in a second, y'all.
Testimony.
Okay, so what was agreed to was that Alex, I'm sorry, I got his name wrong. I said Andrew. Alex Fine is allowed to be in the courtroom while she testifies. However, he needs to step out when they talk about a 2018 incident or things that happened post 2018. So he has been allowed in, but he has to remove himself for this specific story or incident that they're going to report. Now, while they can talk, obviously, let's say she's told him everything, he knows everything. The difference is we don't know what the prosecutors are going to ask, so she may respond something totally different, or she may slip up about something that she didn't want known or something like that. So that's why they need to make sure that they're separate. It's standard, like when you're going to testify in something, they keep everybody that's going to testify, they keep them separate. You can't be inside the courtroom. So he was allowed in, I want to clarify that, but he will have to remove himself once they start talking about what happened post 2018.
Okay, so let's get to these tweets. We got more videos to share, so everybody hit the like button. But I got to get to these tweets because they're talking about the urinating on part. All right, so let's start from here. I said this before, but I want to bring in the new people, bring them up to speed. Okay, so Cassie Ventura is presently on stage, and they're asking her questions. So they said, "What did you write?" And Cassie Ventura says, "I really need to fuck." All right. She said that to Diddy. And the prosecution says, "Why did you write that?" Ventura says, "Because I wanted to be with him." And prosecution says, "I'll read your messages. You read yours." Sean, you don't want what? You don't want to do anymore? She's saying she wants to do more freak-offs. I didn't see this. So I want you to understand this, y'all. Cassie Ventura, everybody hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button. Cassie Ventura is writing to Diddy, "I want to have sex." And then not only does she want to have sex, she says, She says, "You don't want to do anymore?" Earlier, she said she didn't want to do freak-offs no more. But in writing, she's not only saying, "I want to smash," but she's like, "You don't want to do freak-offs no more?" So Diddy, according to what I'm reading, stopped doing freak-offs. And she's like, "Why you don't want to do freak-offs no more?" She is doing this. She is saying this. I'm on Cassie's side. I'm just reading and responding. She's testifying under oath. She is saying, Cassie Ventura is literally saying, "So you don't want to do freak-offs no more?" What? I don't understand. I'm so confused because y'all got to remember, she is under oath, so she has to tell the truth. The truth is coming out. Cassie Ventura is saying on the stand that she wanted to be in the freak-offs, and for whatever reason, they stopped. And she's like, "Why you ain't doing them no more?" She's saying this out of her mouth. Cassie Ventura. This ain't no video. This ain't no AI. This ain't no Gene Deal. This is her saying this, y'all. Holy Spice said she didn't. This is the testimony. This is live testimony right here. It says it right here. Oh shit. Wait. I missed something. This is not her. This is Sean saying this. Hold on, let me show y'all something. This is Sean saying this. I'm wrong. I just missed something. Y'all let me know. Hold on. I just seen something. No, Sean is saying this. Sean said this. Hold on. Let me share my screen. I want y'all to see this. I'm wrong. I just caught something. I am wrong. All right. So let me scroll down because I want y'all to see this for yourselves. All right. Let's see. Give it a second. I want y'all to see for yourselves. Where is it? Sean see other women. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see. Okay, now in arraignment, contraband in the court case before. Okay, that's something else. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for the actual thing that I have on my phone so we can get an understanding. 44 minutes. Okay, actually during a break, I went to cover the nobody cares about the other case. Okay, Takashi. All right, hold on, y'all. I'm looking for it. Okay, how old were you? 22. All right, so this is where we are. All right, let me scroll up some more. Where is it? It was obvious I didn't want to go be on the ground and urinate on by 2 men. Is he erasing the tweets? God damn it. Hold on, y'all. Because I'm trying to show y'all what I seen. Where the hell is the damn tweets? Show more. Nope, that's not it. All right, forget it. All right. All right, so I'll just speak what I'm seeing. Okay, let me back up a little bit because I think I was a little overzealous. It said, what did you write? Ventura said, I really need to smash, right? And then prosecution says, why did you write that? Ventura says, because I wanted to be with him. Then the prosecution says, I'll read your messages. You read yours. I forgot about that part. All right. So this is the prosecution reading Sean's Diddy's Texas. Okay. So I was wrong. So now it's saying Sean said, you don't want to do this anymore. And Ventura says, I'm so predictable. I don't know what that means. So the prosecution is reading Sean Diddy Combs' message back to her. And he is saying, you don't want to do this anymore. Okay. So I was wrong. She did say she wanted to fuck, but he is the one who said, so you don't want to do this anymore? Okay. So I got more clarity on that. All right. So now let's keep going. In a matter of Manzaro versus Combs, I don't know who that is. A zero entitled Drake butt plug. What is this man talking about? All right, back to the Freakoffs. Okay, prosecution. Where were there Freakoffs where you ran out of? Oh, okay. Were there Freakoffs where you ran out of baby oil? Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Were there Freakoffs where you ran out of baby oil? Okay, that's where we are. Were there Freakoffs where you ran out of baby oil? Defense. Objection, Your Honor. This is irrelevant. Prosecution says you also mentioned Astroglide. That is, y'all know what Astroglide is. Y'all, that's KY jelly. Defense said same objection. Irrelevant. All right. So apparently the defense is trying to hide the baby oil. They don't want to talk about baby oil and they don't want to talk about KY jelly. They ain't said nothing through this whole time. But the second you bring up baby oil, Objection. God damn. Okay, calm down. Shit. Don't talk about baby oil. Got it. I get it. We can talk about abuse. We can talk about trafficking, but don't say nothing about baby oil. They're going to act a goddamn fool. Okay. Prosecution. What supplies for Freakoffs? Ventura, Astroglide, baby oil, condoms. Prosecution. Who bought the supplies? Oh, shit. Okay, who bought the supplies? Ventura says security. Sean's assistants. Which brand of baby? Why? Why they ask these dumbass questions? They said which brand of baby oil? Johnson's and Johnson's. Prosecution. How was it used? Ventura said, Sean said, you need to be glistening. Now, as men, we love putting baby oil. We love seeing your booty shining. So I understand, but that's neither here nor there. All right. So they're asking about baby oil. We want that ass glistening. So that is the only time I'm ever going to agree with Diddy. I love seeing that ass glisten myself also. So shout out to Johnson & Johnson's baby oil. I got baby oil here to wipe on that ass also, but I'm not doing all this other Diddy stuff. So this is the only time I can say I agree with Diddy. Throw that baby oil on that ass. That is facts. Okay. Prosecution. Any other use of candle wax? Ventura. A few times poured on my body. Prosecution. Who set the temperature of the... Why are they asking these dumbass questions? Star says it's GHB that's in oil. Well, they ain't saying nothing about GHB right now. I'm sure Cassie would have said something, right? So she just talking about baby oil right now. So yeah, I remember it's supposed to be GHB. It was assumed that GHB is in the baby oil, but they ain't said nothing about that. I got baby oil and use it frequently. They're real Hube. All right. So any other use of candle wax? Ventura says a few times poured on my body. I think the prosecution is trying to get off. They looking at a pregnant woman and asking about candle wax dripping all over her body. Why? Why? I'm so confused. Why? Okay. Who set the temperature of the room? Who cares? Why you ask these dumbass questions? Okay. Ventura says, Sean, I was expected to do freak-offs on my period. She was expected to do freak-offs on her period, y'all. Bro, this is bad. This is really, really bad. Can you imagine? This isn't sex. This is a freak-off. That means multiple dudes are pounding this girl, and everybody is pulling out with bloody rods. It ain't like me and my girl saying, all right, you know what, I want to be freaky, put a towel down, and I'm going up in there. No, it's multiple dudes going up in there. And every time they pull out, it's bloody. Because my whole thing is, what you going to do with that after it's bloody and your turn is over? Why would the guys want that? Maybe because they're getting paid to do this. I can't imagine. I wouldn't allow it, but I can't imagine getting paid a bunch of money to have sex with a woman on her period. I'm not doing it. It's not even enjoyable. It's disgusting. So, okay. Whew. He talking about candle wax, period. What the hell? Sean, I was expected to do freak-offs on my period. Do you want to do that? Ventura said no. That was Sean talking to her. Okay. Did you want to be urinated on? This is the prosecution. Did you want to be urinated on? Defense comes out. Objection. Judge says grounds for objection. Defense said asked and answered. Judge said overruled. In other words, shut the fuck up. So let me know what y'all understand about this. The prosecution says, did you want to be urinated on? Defense said objection. The judge said, why are you objecting to this? Because this is, pertinent information. And then the defense said asked and answered. I don't understand what that means. Any lawyers in the building? What does asked and answered mean? She didn't even answer the question because you jumped in talking about objection. So whatever. So the judge said overruled, which means shut up and, be quiet. So Ventura says, no, I did not want to get peed on. Prosecution said, how did it feel? I'm done. What the hell is going on with this goddamn prosecution? What? This nigga is getting off on this shit. This nigga said, ooh, how did it feel? I want y'all to think about this line of questioning. The first thing was, all right, y'all doing freak-offs, right? Then he said, baby oil, right? Yeah, lots of baby oil. Oh, okay. Then he said, what kind of baby oil? Which was weird. Johnson & Johnson. Oh, okay. Well, what about lube? We use Astroglide. So it's like the prosecution is like, oh, so you like Astroglide. Oh, you like baby oil all over them cheeks. Oh, right. So it's almost like the prosecution is like jacking off in his slacks or something. You know how dudes might have his hand in his pocket, right? He over here like, oh, like what is he doing? What the fuck is happening here? So he literally said, so you like getting urinated on? And she said, no. She said, no. And then he turns around and said, how did it feel? Nigga, what? Who are you talking to? This is a married, pregnant woman, mind you. A married, pregnant woman. He'll be like, ooh, did you like it? Did you come? Did you get wet? Did you get wet on your period? With the baby oil on your cheeks? Huh? Bro. Everybody hit the like button. 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 We got new people in here. For the new people, drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. To the new people who just came in here, drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Where you from? Where you at? Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. To the new people who just came in here. And to the people who have been in here, y'all already know what it is. Drop them popcorn emojis in the chat. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat. But let me know where y'all from to the new people who just came in. And thank y'all for watching. Young Miami would said it was the best experience ever. That is a fact. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat, y'all, and hit the like button to the new people. The likes are low, but the reason why you are here, new person, if you're new, put a one in the chat. Let's just do this. To the people who just came in here in the last 15 minutes, put a one in the chat. To the new people who just came in the last 15 minutes, put a one in the chat. And I want to tell you, the reason why you are here is because the people that are already here, they smashed the thumbs up button and YouTube sent the video out to you. So the reason why you're here, shout out to y'all, is because the people that were here already hit the like button and sent this video out to you. So if you want this video to go out to more people, so to be more fun, more people in the chat, you make sure to hit the like button also. And thank y'all for being here. All right. So It's looking like the prosecution is a little freaky because they keep asking these weird ass questions. Did you like it? Baby oil, lube, candle wax. Did you like this? Did you like that? So it's getting a little weird. It's getting Birmingham, Alabama. Don't judge. Why would I judge? Like, shout out to 7 in Birmingham. Birmingham, Alabama is dope. I've been to Birmingham before. Ain't nothing wrong with Birmingham, Alabama. I've taken drives down to Birmingham, Alabama. It was a chick I met in Birmingham. I drive to Birmingham. Ain't nothing wrong with Birmingham, Alabama. How far is Birmingham, Alabama? Take me to Birmingham, Alabama. 2 hours, right? Yeah. Birmingham, Alabama is like 2 hours. Shit. Ain't nothing wrong with Birmingham. I will take a drive down there. Ain't nothing wrong with Birmingham. 2 hours away. Okay. So did you want to get urinated on? Which is crazy. And then she said, then they said, did you like it? How did it feel? That is weird. Ventura said the pee was disgusting. It was too much. I choked. No one could think I wanted it. Y'all want to know why she choked? Because they peed in her mouth. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. They peed in her mouth. So she's on her period. According to this, she's on her period. And they smashing her from the back while she's on her period. And then on the other end, somebody peeing in her mouth. Ugh. Yeah, and the prosecution's like, oh, so how did the pee taste? Why? Prosecution is weird. The prosecution is some weirdos. Okay, let's keep going. Just a reminder, Diddy's daughters are now in the courtroom while they're hearing all of this crazy shit. All right. Prosecution, why were you choking? Come on, man. What? Oh my God. Prosecution are crazy. They're crazy. I need y'all to understand what's happening right here. Prosecution says, why were you choking? Why the fuck do you think I was choking? She said, too much urine in my mouth. And we already visualized this 2 minutes ago, right? The reason why that got to me is because this is somebody's wife and she's 9 months pregnant. This is a pregnant married woman. And they're asking her, well, why were you choking? Nigga, because there's pee in my mouth, stupid. And then it gets worse. Prosecution says, who else urinated on you? Ventura says, Sean. So everybody's just like, gets on this in her mouth and shit while she on her period. This nigga need to go to prison. God damn. This is crazy. All right, it gets worse, y'all. Hit the like button, hit the like button. Everybody watching, hit the like button, hit the like button. Hold on, let's get these likes up real quick. Can y'all please just take 30 seconds to hit Take 30 seconds to hit the like button real quick, y'all. Take 30 seconds to hit the like button. Real quick, like party. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Like party. Hit the like button. All right. Get back to it. Okay. So prosecution says which hotel charged the most for damage to the room? Why are you asking these stupid ass questions? And how would she know? She not paying for shit. I don't know. Ventura says the Intercontinental in New York, they redecorated the whole room for ridiculous money. Prosecution. Back to the urination. I'm dead ass serious. That's what they said. That's what they said. They said back to the urination. Back to the baby oil. Back to the lube. Back to the different dudes. Bro, this shit is crazy. They literally said back to the urination. All right, let's see. Where we at? Okay. Judge jumps in. Miss Johnson, only a few more questions. This is a woman asking this shit? This is a woman asking this shit all this time. A woman is asking this stuff. I thought it was a freaky dude. Back to the urination. Judge says, Miss Johnson, only a few more questions. Prosecution, why did you say no? Why didn't you say no? Why did you not say no? Ventura, it was obvious I didn't want to be on the ground being urinated on by two men. Where did you find escorts? So she says Craigslist. So they said back to urination. Why didn't you say no? Ventura just says it was obvious that I didn't want to get peed on sitting on the ground getting peed in my mouth by two men. Like who? And I'm on my period. Why the hell would somebody want to go through this shit? So she's literally just saying, duh. And you got to understand, she probably did not say, I don't want to get peed on, because she probably would have got her ass beat. So these are just common sense things, but they have to say it and talk about it to get the to jury pool to, see how terrible all this is. A billionaire slumming on the dregs of the internet for STDs. I don't know what that means. All right, Craigslist. Finding the Diddy civil lawsuit database. All right, let's see if anything else is coming up. Job Submarinian. Ready? All rise. Miss Ventura, in what cities did you respond to ads on Craigslist? Ventura. Apparently, Cassie was in charge of getting the stuff for the Freakoffs and the people for the Freakoffs, according to what I'm seeing right here. Judge Submarinian, all rise. Miss Ventura, in what cities did you respond to ads on Craigslist? In New York. Ventura says in New York. Prosecution says, did you respond to ads on Backpage as well? Ventura says yes. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all know what Backpage is. Put a 1 in the chat and tell me if you know what Backpage is. Put a 1 in the chat if you are aware of what Backpage is. I want to see something. Put a 1 in the chat if you are aware of what Backpage is. Backpage was jumping. If y'all know, y'all know. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all are aware of what Backpage is. A lot of y'all know. Look. Oh my God. A lot of y'all know that Backpage is what back page is. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Y'all freaky. God damn, y'all still hitting the one button. All right, so let's keep going. Let's see. Okay. Prosecution. Who directed you to communicate with the escorts? Defense. Objection. Okay, calm down. Okay, all right. Prosecution says, who, if anyone? And defense, same objection, assumes a fact not in evidence. That's what they said. Assumes a fact not in evidence. Prosecution says, okay, calm down, sir. Calm down. All right. Prosecution, did you ever reach out to an escort independently? No. And as of now, let's see. We can go back to these videos until some more comes up. Oh, there's more. More just came up. A lot more. Okay, here we go. Okay. Judge Summer. Nope, that's not it. Okay. In 2023, this is just kind of like a backstory about Backpage. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Thank y'all for being here. Everybody hit the like button. In 2023, a federal jury convicted Backstage executives Michael Lacey, John Bruntz, and Scott Spear on charges of promoting prostitution, money laundering, and conspiracy. Why don't we just make prostitution legal? Like, we all like would love to like just buy some ass every now and then. Like, because if prostitution was illegal, and I've said this before, I already have my trademark business name. My business name, whenever they decide to legalize prostitution, I'm going to start a company called HorDash, and I'm going to get me a Sprinter van, and I'm going to ride around the city delivering people their whores like Amazon. So I'm instantly starting my company HorDash the second they legalize prostitution. I'm delivering. I'm going to have HorDash Prime. If you pay an extra amount of money, I'll get you your whore at your door in if you pay for HorDash Prime, I will get your whore to your door in 2 hours or more. No, 1 hour. I will get your whore to your door and oh my God, bro. If they legalize prostitution, y'all are not gonna see me on YouTube no more. I'm dead ass serious. I'm getting a van, a real nice, beautiful van with a pole in the middle of it. And I'm going straight to strip clubs like, yo, y'all ain't got to strip no more. Bring y'all ass in this van, and I'm starting a business, HorDash. And if you pay HorDash Prime, you'll get whores to your door in 1 hour or more. Fuck you too. Shitting me. Okay. All right. In 2023, they got rid of Backpage. All right. So they said that. Okay. Prosecution. Did you ever not use an escort who arrived? Ventura says one couldn't perform because he couldn't get hard. So Sean sent him home. Prosecution. What was a safe escort? Ventura said not a cop. Damn. Not somebody without a disease, but somebody that's not a cop. Damn. Not a cop. And someone who not someone who would not run and tell everyone about the experience with us. Okay. And okay, so I'm still waiting on updates. Let's get into these videos. And I'm still waiting on updates. So everybody hit the like button, everybody share this video and drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Why call them whores? It's a business name. Whore-dash. What are you talking about? It's like DoorDash, but whore-dash instead of DoorDash. It's not a derogative. I'm not using it in a derogatory way. I'm using it as a business name. I just got to wait for them to legalize prostitution. Trump may do it. You never know.
It is unbelievable in the courtroom today. Diddy's kids were in there when the...
Now, y'all got to understand, this woman right here is in the courtroom, so she cannot talk louder. So right now, I need everybody to turn your volume up. She cannot talk louder.
It's standard, like when you're going to testify in something, they keep everybody that's going to testify, they keep them separate. You can't be inside the courtroom. So he was allowed in. I want to clarify that, but he will have to remove himself once they start talking about what happened post 2018.
It is unbelievable in the court.
Y'all can y'all hear her? Say yes or no in the chat. There's nothing I can do about it, but I'm just trying to see. Yes or no in the chat. Can you hear this woman whispering? Say yes or no in the chat.
Courtroom today. Diddy's kids were in there when the male escort started testifying, and you could feel the tension. His daughters left the courtroom. Again, his daughters have left the courtroom. I know a lot of people in the comments have been really concerned about them. I think it's for the best that they've left the courtroom, but that's opinion. I'm here for the facts. So one of his sons reportedly put his head down while Daniel Phillip described in detail what Diddy allegedly had him do with Cassie while he watched. Phillip says some of these encounters lasted up to 10 hours. He'd sit alone in a room for hours after finishing, while Diddy and Cassie disappeared into the bedroom. Sometimes they'd ask him if he was ready to go again. And get this, he said Diddy would direct everything, telling them, slow down, pause, even to role play. One time, Diddy allegedly made them pretend they were strangers meeting at an airport. It got awkward, so they scrapped it.
What?
Imagine being on the jury watching Diddy's own children react to these claims in real time. Is this testimony sealing his fate, or is there more coming? Drop your thoughts and hit follow, because this trial is officially becoming unhinged.
You've been in the courtroom every day. Where do things stand after opening statements?
So opening statements, what we saw are that both sides agree on several things. One, there was anger, jealousy, and infidelity on both sides. Now, what the prosecutors are alleging is that these incidents and this trafficking occurred because the individuals he were dating, they were forced and coerced into these sexual acts that they otherwise would not have taken part in.
Okay. Some news just came out, and this is interesting. Shout out to the Diddy docket. Cassie reveals that at some point, why is my screen so dark? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get the camera to light me up a little bit. There we go. Okay, now I'm lighter. Okay, the Diddy docket says Cassie reveals that at some point she learned that their freakoffs were not legal. This will be disregarded by the jury. And then back to when she was talking about the cop. Prosecution says, why not a cop? These are some dumbass questions, y'all. Why not a cop? Ventura says, I learned this whole situation was not legal. Defense. Objection. Judge, jury will disregard that last statement or that last answer. Prosecution. How did cash get there? Judge, security, or we brought it himself? Okay, that's all for now. Let's keep going to this.
Now, the defense is alleging that these were consensual acts between adults and that there may have been instances of domestic violence. However, it wasn't that they were there against their will. So very different stories, although the elements are the same.
Which side has the stronger evidence?
Well, right now, coming into this trial, we have the video. That video was very damaging because we actually get to see this sort of violence on display. Now, how people see that violence after they hear the evidence is changing, because now we're hearing from the first witness who is alleged that the only time he believed that Cassie was under the influence was once out of all of the instances they were together. So as we get this framework, it is going to change the way people see it.
Yeah, a lot of
a musician and entertainer.
Sorry, y'all. I was on mute.
Cassie Ventura is testifying against Diddy in his trial. And this is part one of Cassie Ventura's whole testimony that she is giving against Diddy. Cassie Ventura takes the stand and they say, how old are you? 38. What is your work? A musician and entertainer. How long were you with Sean? 10 years. Did you get into any arguments? Yes, it will result in violence, dragging. What else did he do? Stomp me in the head if I was down. How frequently was he violent? Too frequently. I would get black eyes and bruises. The government then shows the 2016 hotel video that we've all saw to the jury once again. The government asked her, where was this? And she says the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles. It was after a freak-off. What does this entail? The hiring of an escort and setting it up. How did you feel when he first asked for it? Confused, nervous. I wanted to make him happy. Did you agree to one when he first proposed one? Yes. There were more. It wasn't something I wanted to do, at least not that frequently. I didn't know what no could turn into. What do you mean? Making him angry. What were you afraid would happen if you said no?
All right, we talked about that in the first part. Let's move on because I don't want to play her whole video. Let's see.
Like who? David James, Christina Korm. Did you see other men? Yes. Did Sean see other women? Yes. He said, I'm Puff Daddy. I was insanely jealous. Did you move to LA with him? Yes. He wanted to be close to his kids who were there.
All right, so we talked about that, a lot of that in part one. All right, so let's keep going. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button.
things that happened that we didn't expect. And, you know, Cassie Ventura, she's going to testify today. Her husband was in court yesterday. They showed that video. How important on top of that video is her testimony?
Her testimony is very crucial to the state's argument, because what we have to remember is that video, everyone has seen it, and she is the most direct evidence of this force, coercion, and violence that they were saying she's been living under. And so being able to visualize that and then have her testimony is crucial to the state's case.
We heard in Aaron's report that some people had to walk out of the courtroom because of the graphic detail that they're hearing. How does that play with the jury?
Absolutely. And we have to be so careful, Robin, because what we have to think about with jurors is that once they've been exposed to it, it's very shocking. But if we continue to expose them, they almost become desensitized. And so that can also play a role in how they frame that information later when we're.
That's a great point. That's a great point. No sound. Wait, what do you mean no sound? Y'all can't hear me? Y'all can't? Did y'all not hear that video? He said no sound. Yes or no? Can y'all hear with no problem? Because I'm sitting here reacting to something. Hello, somebody say sound, no sound, something. Somebody say something.
Evidence of this force, coercion, and violence that they were saying she's been living under. And so being able to visualize that and then have her testimony is crucial to the state's case.
We heard in Aaron's report that some people had to walk out of the courtroom because of the graphic detail that they're hearing. How does that play with the jury?
Absolutely. And we have to be so careful, Robin, because what we have to think about with jurors is that once they've been exposed to it, it's very shocking. But if we continue to expose them, they almost become desensitized. And so that can also play a role in how they frame that information later. When we're talking 8 weeks, they've seen the same level of violence. They become much more desensitized to it.
Wow.
Cassie just revealed something that's painfully real. She thought she was in a monogamous relationship with Diddy, but the truth unraveled slowly.
Okay, I may need to tell you what she's saying in this one because she's super low right here.
Much more desensitized to it.
Cassie just revealed something that's
Cassie just revealed something
painfully real.
that's painfully real.
She thought she was in a monogamous
She thought she was in a monogamous relationship
with Diddy, but the
monogamous relationship with Diddy.
truth unraveled slowly.
But the truth unravels slowly.
She said after that Miami trip,
She said after that Miami trip,
one of his girlfriends, but
she became one of his girlfriends.
she really believed it was just her.
But she really believed at first it was just her.
They were spending all this time together talking
They were spending all this time together talking.
all day, every day. She said if she didn't answer his calls right away,
Oh, so y'all can hear it? Oh, okay.
he'd become an incessant caller, even sending staff or security to track her down. And his moods, they swung different ways, she said. One minute it was fine, and the next, a wrong face could get her hit in the face. It wasn't even about her. It was about whatever he was feeling. Cassie said Diddy made her feel like they were exclusive, but over time, she had to accept he had many women. He liked the company, despite what he told her in private. She said he expected monogamy from me, so I assumed it was the same.
Okay, come on now. Come on now. First of all, she said in her testimony that she was sleeping with other dudes away from Diddy. So how was she expecting monogamy if she said in her testimony, were you sleeping with other men away from Diddy? And she said yes. Stop it. It's like, stop. Why is she whispering? Because she's in the courtroom. She's in the courtroom. So she's sneaking out because you can't talk loud. She's in a courtroom. So she has to whisper.
And that right there is how a lot of us get trapped. Drop your thoughts. Was this love, control, or manipulation? Follow for more.
Trial. It is messier than the BET after party from 2003. Okay, listen. So first up, back on the stand, male escort Daniel Phillip. And let me tell y'all, he did not hold back. He said, and I quote, Diddy paid me thousands to have sex with Cassie while he watched, directed, and sometimes filmed.
Hold on. We got some more stuff. All right. We're going to get back to that. We got some more stuff coming in. All right. Here we go. Okay. Ventura judge security or he bought it himself. Don't know what they're talking about yet. We'll get an understanding of the context in a second. The escort Dave, do you know his real name? Ventura says Clayton Howard. Prosecution, who is this? Photos shown to witness. Ventura says Daniel. Prosecution, what service did you use? Ventura, a dancer service. Prosecution, did you recognize Jules? Jules. I don't know who that is. Yes. Ventura says yes. Prosecution, in what cities do you have freakoffs? Did you have freakoffs with Jules? Ventura, New York, LA, and Vegas. Prosecution, do you know his last name? Ventura said no. Who is this? Then they show another picture. Ventura says, I knew him as the Punisher. The Punisher. That's crazy. Wait, that's Beyonce's nephew. Who is Beyonce's nephew? Beyonce's nephew. Wait, what? Leticia, can you elaborate on that? You said that is Beyonce's nephew. Really? Somebody named Jules or the Punisher? That's crazy. The Punisher is crazy. Okay. Next. Cassie reveals at some point. All right, so that's it. Here we go.
Daniel is his name. He went.
Cassie said Diddy made her follow for more.
Trial. It is messier than the BET after party from 2003. Okay, listen. So first up, back on the stand, male escort Daniel Phillip. And let me tell y'all, he did not hold back. He said, and I quote, "Diddy paid me thousands to have sex with Cassie while he watched, directed, and sometimes filmed." Daniel is his name. He went into detail about how Diddy had Cassie under the influence during all of the encounters. He said, and I quote, "She never looked comfortable. She looked like she was just doing what she was told." He also doubled down on the claim that one time in Miami, Diddy slapped Cassie so hard that she fell to the floor crying. He said that it was routine. And at one point, he testified that Diddy would throw wads of cash at people after these nights like it was just entertainment. And now the moment we all been waiting for, Cassie Ventura takes the stand. Cassie testified that her entire relationship with Diddy was built on fear, control, and violence. She said, and I quote, "He made me feel like I couldn't leave, like if I left, I'd disappear, or worse." She talked about being drugged and coerced into group sex. She talked about how he would do fucked up shit to her, love bomb her one day, and then beat her the next. She also told the court that in 2012, she tried to escape during a trip, and he dragged her by her hair through the hallway of the hotel. And this is not the same video, because there's video evidence, and it's not the same video from 2016. And this is the video that the prosecutors are trying to show the jury as evidence. Now, y'all remember, this is just day 2. I have more from Cassie's testimony. I'm going to do a second video later on this afternoon, but I want to get through everything and read the transcripts and all of that, and then I'll report back later. But more witnesses are coming. The prosecution is laying out a timeline of systematic abuse and control. And if even half of what I have saw so far is true, this is probably going to be the biggest takedown the music industry has ever saw. Follow for more updates, like and share. I got y'all.
Day 6 of Diddy's trial is underway, and as I make this video, Cassie is just now taking the stand. Let me bring you up to speed before she does. First, let's talk about the Freakoff videos, because a big fight broke out on whether or not media should be allowed access to these videos in order to show the public. Now, basically the judge has not made a decision, but he is inclined to release them to the media, saying that the public deserves to know, given that they could show whether or not he coerced people. Now, defense is saying these are straight up adult content and the public should not be able to see this. So the compromise that has been offered is maybe a small pool of reporters can see it and then report out, but no decision has been made. I guess my question is, would you guys even want to see these videos? Now, other than Diddy's family who's come into court, there's a few big players. Dana Tran, who's the mother of Diddy's youngest child, showed up for the second time. A longtime friend, Sarah Chapman, was there. She also shares a daughter from Diddy from 2006. And then Alex Fine, who is Cassie's husband, has arrived to support her in the testimony. Now, fun fact is that Fine was once Diddy's personal trainer and is now married to Cassie, expecting their third child. But in addition to that, Alex Fine's whole presence has now become a complete issue. Defense wants him removed for a couple reasons. One is there's a 2018 R allegation that involves Diddy and Cassie, and Alex might have to testify in that. And they also brought up a text message where Alex texts Diddy saying he wants to beat the F out of him. So basically the compromise that the judge made is that Alex can stay through most of Cassie's testimony, but when it gets to that 2018 R allegation, he will be asked to leave. In addition to all of that, defense is gearing up to undercut Cassie, basically talking about bringing up text messages that involve Cassie being in a bar fight, trying to showcase the fact that she had her own substance abuse issues that were not because of Diddy. Now, prosecution tried to argue that this should be thrown out and not allowed, but the judge is allowing it. Now remember, as Cassie is about to take the stand, a large part of the prosecution's case rests on her. Basically, they're saying that this was
Yes, Diddy is in the courtroom looking at Cassie while she's on a stand testifying. Yes,
not a toxic relationship, but she will also show the fact that there was a coordinated operation of coercion and trafficking. Anyways, Cassie is speaking right now, so expect an update soon. Make sure to hit that follow button if you want to stay up to date on this, because I will be covering it through and through, and drop your thoughts about this in the comments.
It is day 2 of the Diddy trial, and we are on part 2 of this male worker witness testimony. They picked up from his testimony right where they left off yesterday, and they asked him why you and Cassie Ventura were having relationships for hours. Cassie Ventura took the lead. He said no. You took the lead. We were equally doing our thing. There isn't a leader. You decided together? Yes. Diddy's team then asked, is it fair to say that she was in complete control of everything she was doing? He said, I can't say that. You said you didn't wear protection. I did not. Your boss told you Cassie Ventura paid for the hotel? Yes. Diddy's team then asked she paid with her credit card. He said, I have nothing to do with that. She used her card to pay for the dancer. Okay, so the abuse at her apartment on 11th Avenue. He said, I believe it was West End Avenue.
I just want to share something, or just, something she said, reiterate on something she said. The escorts weren't using protection. Just imagine a whole bunch of people in a room and don't nobody have a condom on. Nobody has a condom on. Nobody has on protection. Everybody just fucking and peeing and shit. And God damn, that's crazy.
Doing? He said, I can't say that. You said you didn't wear protection. I did not. Your boss told you Cassie Ventura paid for the hotel? Yes. Diddy's team then asked she paid with her credit card. He said, I have nothing to do with that. She used her card to pay for the dancer. Okay, so the abuse at her apartment on 11th Avenue. He said, I believe it was West End Avenue. You claim that Diddy told her to come over. She said she had her personal information on the computer. So wait a minute. And he threw a bottle at her? Correct. He comes out and says, are you ready? Are you guys ready? Diddy's team then says, isn't it true that Diddy told you, yo man, I'm going to have to deal with this. You're going to need to get the F out. That is not correct. In 2023, didn't you tell prosecutors, yo man, objection, not evidence? Did you date a model named Aaliyah? I didn't say I dated her. We were friends. You were with her and saw Cassie with someone not Mr. Combs? Yes. You told Malia you saw Cassie socially? Yes. You thought Cassie wanted to see you one-on-one. Nothing to do with Sean Combs, right? I don't see what you mean. In front of the Dream Hotel, that's what you thought. And he said no. You only saw her inebriated one time. I saw her passed out on the couch. Diddy told me, I don't think it's going to happen today. The time with the other male, you rotated? Not correct. You watched? Yes. You said that Mr. Combs was directing, but do you recall meeting the prosecutors on March 28th of 2025 and telling them that you did not recall Mr. Combs giving directions about positions? Yes. So he didn't direct? Incorrect. You thought you were in a relationship with Cassie, didn't you? No. You wanted to get alone with her, to date her? If she'd let me, I would have. You get jealous of Mr. Combs? No. Did you not tell them that Mr. Combs would tell you it's my turn? Objection. Didn't you tell the government that you would feel jealous because you liked Miss Ventura romantically? I do not recall that. Pull up 3570. Just for the parties. I do not recall that. Nothing further. The government then asked, please explain why Mr. Combs directed you. He asked about positions, but Mr. Combs did tell us what to do. Use baby oil. The timing of the handling of cash. How did the amount compare to your services? It was $3,800 more. How much were you paid to perform when you could? $700 to $5,000 or $6,000. When you couldn't perform, they paid me nothing. Did Miss Ventura call you after the Dream Hotel? Yes. Do you know who she was with? No. Did she answer your text messages? Never, almost. You said you wanted to hug her. Why? I could see that she was afraid. What did you do? I could not engage. I was messed up. What did Mr. Combs say to you? He said it's time to go. In the hotel, who was in the room? Sean Combs, myself, and Cassie. And when she appeared to enjoy herself, was Sean Combs always in the room? Yes. Was that the same man who called her the B word and beat her? I did not see the beating, I presume. Objection. You heard slapping? Yes. Nothing further. Now Diddy's team comes back in and says, this document, do you see where you said I'm on the Upper West Side? She says 10 West End Ave. Hit me when you're there. Yes. Do you see your text? Don't give a F. I'm a little tipsy. I love y'all N-word. Yes. That was after the beating? Yes. Nothing further. Now it gets redirected again and the government said, why did you write that? I wanted them to see I had no problem with what he had done. It kept going. No further questions. This is the end of that worker's testimony, but y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
All right, we got more information. I'm on 2 different sites. So, okay, so this is a lot. Okay, so prosecution says, I'll read Sean's parts for this email. You read you. You read you. That's what it says. You read you. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Okay. Or everybody hit the thumbs up button. Okay. When will you be there? Prosecution says, pushing you there. What did you mean? Wait a minute. When should I take the thing? When will you be there? Oh, okay. Okay, I got it. So Sean's part is Cassie Ventura says, when should I take the thing, which is the pill? When will you be there? Being there is high, apparently. Pausing, you there? What did you mean? Ventura says drugs. Prosecution. I took mine. I'm flying. Prosecution. What does he mean? Ventura. He's high. Cassie on the need for drugs to disassociate. Okay. Cassie admitted, and this is simple common sense, she needed drugs to disassociate her soul from her body because of all this nasty shit going on. Did you use drugs every freak off? Ventura says yes. I need to dissociate and become emotionless. And is that it? Did you use drugs on every freak off? Ventura says yes. I need to disassociate and become emotionless. Who else used drugs at freak offs? Ventura. Diddy did. Sometimes the escort. Prosecution. What other drugs did you use? Ventura. Special K, GHB, mushrooms, and that's it. And why did you take more drugs? Prosecution says. Ventura says to not be present with the experience. Prosecution. Why? Ventura. Because it was something I hated to do. Prosecution. How did you react to ecstasy and MDMA? Ventura said it could make me vomit. Prosecution. What would he say? Ventura, to continue and keep going. Some more stuff came. Sean Combs. Right now, Mark Garagos speaking at the courthouse in LA about the men. Oh, that's something different. So that is all we have right now. If more happens, I'm going to come back on live and we're going to do it all over again because we are in the midst of all of this. And they coming off Craigslist opposed to agency where at least they make, I agree. That's what I'm saying. So this is a summary of all this. 1, Cassie, what's up, Dimple Young? So this is a synopsis on everything that we talked about today altogether. 1, Cassie was 19 when they met. She was with the singer, I forgot his name again, Brian, something Leslie, Brian Leslie, somebody Leslie, whatever. By the time, and Diddy was with Kim Porter, by her 21st birthday, they were all at the same, Ryan Leslie, that's it, Ryan Leslie. They were all at the same party or something. Diddy walked up and kissed her while she was in the bathroom. She wasn't happy with that because she was still with Ryan Leslie and Diddy was still with Kim Porter. And at some point between the age of 21 and 22, Diddy took her from Ryan Leslie and she went because Diddy had more money. she started doing freak-offs, and the freak-offs were cool in the beginning, but she started to resent being into this freak-off stuff in the first place because it turned into a literal full-time job where they literally was doing freak-offs like 4 days a week. And then there was a long recovering session that was like 3-4 days. So by the time she recovered, she went right back to doing another freak off. So it literally became a full-time job. Later on, she never really talked about Kim Porter passing, but she did like allude to the fact that she was Diddy's side chick while he was with Kim Porter. She loved him. And it was one time where him and Suge Knight, Diddy and Suge Knight got into it, and they were at a freak off, and Diddy left the freak off. Imagine you leave fucking to go fight somebody. That's crazy. So he puts his clothes on, leaves the freak off, and this was crazy. Cassie gets sad and starts crying while she's at the freak off because he left her at the freak off to go beat somebody up. And she's worried that he wouldn't come back, which tells me that she wasn't fully feeling like she was this indentured servant or this slave or even this victim of abuse, because her abuser was going to potentially get himself killed by going after Suge Knight, and she was sad that, or if he got killed or got hurt. But when you want him to get hurt so you can get out of this, what's up, Bruiser? So I don't know what that really, meant just from an overall perspective, but there's a side of Cassie that enjoyed this. And this is her testimony. So y'all can't say nothing to me, because there's another scenario where she was emailing Diddy. I don't know what, they was taking a break or something, but she said, I want to smash. And she was hitting up Diddy like, yo, I want to have sex, and was pushing Diddy to do more freak offs. Or, I don't know. And then during the freak offs, it got graphic where she talked about it don't matter if she's on her period, the freak off is going to keep going. And remember, the freak offs were like 4 days, not 4 hours, 4 days in a row. So imagine you being on your period and you having sex with different dudes and you just getting pounded while you on your period. And then the testimony went farther and said, as she's on her period, it was certain situations where she also had to deal with having somebody fresh off of Craigslist. You got to remember, these dudes were fresh off of Craigslist, fresh off of Backpage, no condoms in sight. Ain't nobody using condoms. So they banging her while she's on her period, which is crazy. But while she's getting banged on her period, somebody else is peeing in her mouth. And then here comes Diddy, open up, he starts peeing in her mouth. And then she almost choked because it was so much pee where she was choking. This is the most disgusting shit I've ever heard in my life. And I've heard a whole bunch of disgusting stuff, but this is the most disgusting shit I've ever heard in my life. Jury expert. There are some wild cards on the jury, including juror number 2, a 69-year-old man who is an actor and massage therapist. I read, let's see, where should I take the thing? And she talked about that she would take all these different drugs, GHP, GHB, all these different drugs to, to forget about all this stuff. But the abuse is not right, and golden showers. She wasn't held against her will like a sex and that's the thing. Everything looks consensual. It just looks like it's just crazy, but everything looks consensual. So let's do this. Let's do a poll. Pause. Type in the chat, consensual or non-consensual. According to this testimony today, it sounds like all of this, the sexual part, not the abuse part, was consensual. Because there's proof that she was like, I want you. I want to do this. Why are we not doing this? Why am I not doing that? So type in the chat, type in the comments, consensual or non-consensual. I would vote consensual. Come on, y'all. Come on. Type in consensual or non-consensual. We're talking about Cassie. I vote consensual. And, because like I said, I didn't want to just get in trouble with y'all and say she wanted it, but she said she wanted it. It just got too overwhelming. So everybody in the chat, male and female, are saying consensual. Everybody keep chatting, keep commenting. Comment consensual or non-consensual. Consensual, a woman saying this. Consensual, a woman saying this. Consensual, a guy saying this. Consensual, me saying this. Consensual, guy saying this. Consensual, I don't know if that's a man or woman. Consensual. Connie says, sounds consensual to me. Yeah. So as of right now, having Cassie up on stage does not prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Diddy is this terrible monster. It sounds like they all are terrible monsters, peeing in mouths and having sex on like periods, freak-offs that last 4 days, having sex as a full-time job. Nobody's wearing a condom. This shit just looks like everybody's a monster. Everybody's stupid. Everybody's nasty. Oh, more information. Prosecution. Did you want to continue to have intercourse when you wanted to vomit? Ventura, no. Prosecution. How does GHB make you feel? Ventura, drunk and tipsy. Prosecution. Cocaine? Ventura, makes my heart race. I'm not a huge fan. Prosecution. Mushrooms? Ventura, the walls come alive. Prosecution. Why did you take more drugs? Ventura, to not be present with the experience. Prosecution. Why? Ventura, because it was something I hated. So she hated doing the freak-offs. So I'm not saying Ventura is not a victim, but the way it looks like she consented until she was not able to consent because she got so hooked on drugs, so robotic in all this stuff. It just turned into just another day of fucking, and it just was fucking. you know, and it may have turned into a point where she couldn't say no. So he probably never heard her say no. So in his mind, it was consensual. In his mind, he probably don't think he did anything wrong in real life. It's unfortunate, but the prosecution has to set up the case against Sean Combs. The jury must have a sense of seriousness of what Diddy did. I don't see no seriousness is. I just see this man is just weird kink. He's just addicted to weird kinks. I don't see nothing proven. I feel bad. I feel bad for Cassie because this whole testimony is making her case bad. I don't know. But I am out, y'all. Make sure to buy my card game before y'all leave.
Goes card game, deeper discussions, and I bought Mr. Let Go's card game, deeper discussions, and I brought it out during a holiday party that I was having at my house. And within 1 hour of playing this game, I had 2 grown men in my living room crying. And they were being very open, honest, transparent. It was almost like it offered them a therapy session. And they could say things and express things that they hadn't been able to before. And I thought that was awesome. To this day, I am friends with one of the guy's girlfriends, and she attributes the improvement in their relationship to us having that moment. And the moment was caused by the card game. But really, what the card game does is create the context for these real, authentic conversations to happen. Like,
y'all buy this card game. For those of you who have not bought my card game yet, hit the link, hit the blue link that is in the chat, and buy your Deeper Discussions card game.
The name of the card game really is what happens, deeper discussions. So now, if I'm dating someone, if we're on the phone, I tell them, hey, I'm going to pull out these cards, answer these questions, yada, yada, we get to it. And it does unlock more things that, you know, one wouldn't normally uncover in day.
Tell y'all later. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. And if something else happens, I will come back. See y'all later.